Yeah, I guess it doesn't make any sense to ruin a ship that is actually working for your benefit, even if you don't want it to. Might as well leave it as a resource. It's available to you. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we're back to another episode of Space Battleship Yamato. We come back as we normally do with notes and a board, so let's go into the board first thing, where we have the board changelog, where I added Talon Valendiction, Das Rugens, Shiflagi. Sorry, I don't know if I'm saying these names right at all. Also, it's weird. They're weird names. Missile Nandram. Anyway, I tied them all to Dessler with a green line. They are our surviving Gameless people. So, happy to have them. Otherwise, that's basically the only change. We're getting some new people that weren't in the movie, so obviously I'm putting them in different spots. I'm probably going to have to rearrange the show board at some point, because I guess I just didn't anticipate all the new characters. But that is it so far. So on to notes. I was joking about it last time, but that was legit a 3.5 minute recap in episode 3. That sort of thing can't maintain itself, or we'll have full episodes of recap by the end of the show. So the message that's still being worked out, our greatest danger is drawing near, large, approaching the Milky Way galaxy, no time, this message, stand up now. We know who and where it's coming from it being said in the show already and what happened in the movie, but we don't know yet how in line everything will be with the movie. Especially given how much has been changed already. Chief among the things I'm wondering is where is the planet going to be? It says the comet is approaching the galaxy, implying that it isn't in said galaxy itself. The comet is leaving the Andromeda galaxy, passing through the magnetic cloud, and heading here. So best case scenario I can foresee, that it's half a year away. Worst case is if it was if it was in the Andromeda galaxy, in which case it would be even further away. So that'll be interesting to see resolved. On one hand, the Security Council is infuriating. On the other, I get it. They've been on edge for 11 years now? Now they've finally achieved some peace and someone rushes in, raising the alarm again? It's information they just don't want to have. So they've buried their heads in the sand by believing what they want to believe. That it's just some comet that they'll have no problem dealing with and have plenty of time to do so. At the least, they've taken steps to investigate by sending out the Andromeda, plus have actively mentioned needing more information before taking action. They are handling things poorly, but at the very least, not unreasonably yet. I'm surprised that they just left the underground city as it was, didn't take it apart for supplies in the surface restoration project, didn't repair it in case it would ever be needed again in the future, just left it as it was when they left, right down to the litter on the ground. Dumb question, though. If the entire place is shut down, where's the breeze coming from? They are 150 levels beneath the surface entrance. You'd figure that this would be the kind of place that you describe as still as the grave. I appreciate that they are giving Yuki moments of development. Wish it wasn't always the emotional release moments that you'd give a woman in a stereotypical scene, but still, it's something. And at least it's somewhat consistent with her character. My only thing is that Kodai used the word we when he was talking to her, so at no moment would I suspect that he'd expect to leave her behind. She's thinking to herself that Kodai is leaving, when it should be we're leaving. The sadness about not getting to start their life together, or never having the stability to have a normal life, not being separated by what's going on. I said before that it made no sense that the Gameless Empire would be wiped out for just having its homeworld destroyed, and I'm glad that it's the show that's going the other way than the movie. My only fear is that we are still going with these are the last of the Gambless people, that these are the remains of the Empire gathered together for one last attack. And my final note here, I was going to ask how Dessler even knows that the Yamato will go to find Teresa, but I guess if anyone has experience with the Yamato following a deep space call, it'd be him. Anyway, as I said, those were my notes, so nothing left to do but to hop on in and see what we get.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
See, I would say I hope they do change the opening at some point, but I don't know. There was the times during the end of the first season where we did get like some subdued opening songs, or I guess I would say there was like 3 different openings in the beginning. Granted, they were all usually this one, but like right there at the end, I think there was a real sad one, and then I think there was like a real subdued version as well. Very slight differences, but something. So I can't say for certain that there won't be a different opening at some point. I kind of wish there would be, but at the same time, this is highly recognizable. It just, I guess it could be used again if we do head back to Iskander. Like, for the show, for some reason, they just decided that Teresa was at Iskander. That would make most of it make sense, right? Gamla's still out there, Iskander's still out there. I didn't even consider the fact that we might be getting another 3.5 minute opening. I don't know if it was supposed to be implied that the Venus base was supplying power for the whole solar system or not.
パトロールの機とヤマトが遭遇した事件との関連について会議が開かれたが、現在の地球には全く危機感はなく、古代の震源は退けられた。一方、テレザート星の警戒のために出発したデスラー総統のもとへ、ガミラスの残存
That's what I said. It's gonna be the last of the Gambless forces. And the Yamato's just gonna fucking tear through them anyway. Especially now that they've been updated.
時の流れとともに今地球の危機を救えるのはヤマトしかないと確信していったのだ。うつうつとしてヤマトと対面しに来た古代。
Where the rest of the crew showed up.
の仕掛かっていたものがいっぺんに吹き飛んでしまうようなことが待っていたのである。そうだ。志を一つにする旧ヤマトの仲間たちの姿だったのだ。その頃、地球防衛軍本部では。
Sir, they've stolen Yamato. Now, if it's like the movie, Toto is going to be fine with them doing this. Just like I said before, all men, all the female crew of the Yamato suddenly vanished for some reason. I guess a test of their willingness to do this. Because again, if it's like the movie, Kodai is just going to tell them, go ahead and leave. And nobody will. I really preferred him in his captain's outfit. It was a better look on him than the ordinary stock standard outfit everyone wears.
責任がずしりと肩へのしかかってくるように思います。イスカンダルへ出発する時の艦長もやはりこうだったのでしょうか。落ち着きません。
艦長代理、通信関係のチェックすべて完了しました。
各機関のチェックを急ぐように伝えろ。出港予定は午前7時だ。
五代、無茶を言うな。それでは機関調整が間に合わんぞ。
徳川さん、一刻を争っているんです。やむを得ないでしょう。
I mean, at the very least, they're only going to order you to get off the ship. They're apparently not sending in like the Marines or anything to pull you off the ship.
しかし真田さん、我々の動きは防衛軍本部でキャッチされているでしょう。すでに大和発進を阻止しようと妨害工作を始めているに違いありません。その前に飛び出してしまわなければ。
だからこそ焦ってはならないんだ。発進は一気に行わなければならない。落ち着け古代。大和を動かすにはそれなりの準備が必要なんだ。
古代さん、
I mean, it makes sense. We got a lot of prep work to do, but when we're done our prep work, we'll be out there immediately.
ビデオパネル通信回路を開け。
了解。
太陽系外周第三艦隊機関宇宙戦艦大和艦長代理古代進です。
地球防衛本部司令長官の命令を伝える。そこに集結している乗組員を直ちに下艦させよ。繰り返す。直ちに下艦させよ。
参謀、お断りいたします。
It's also weird they never demoted him. He's still acting captain. So, you know, if he was like disobeying orders like this, you assume they would do that.
明らかに規律違反だ。それを犯す者は原発に処せられることは知っているだろう。
覚悟の上です。
今から30分間の猶予を与える。考え直せ。いいな。
参謀、その必要はありません。私たちは予定通り執行いたします。
Well, I guess it's an empty threat unless they do something.
待つと言ったら30分待て。長官、彼らを追い詰めてはならない。まだ完全に乗組員も揃っているわけでもあるまい。説得するんだ。
Because say one of them had a kid brother.
大輔兄ちゃん、今日は勤めを休んだの？どっか体でも悪いのかい？それともクビになったの？ねえ。
うるさい。
Oh, I thought he was legit asleep for a second. Like he had overslept getting to the Yamato.
人がせっかく心配してあげてんのに。どこ行くの？兄ちゃん。
散歩。
はい、こちら中央病院診察室です。はい、佐渡先生、島さんという。
The thing is, apparently, Analyzer's still in love with Yuki, right? Was the robot going to be like a replacement for Yuki for Analyzer?
よし、青、じゃあそこで待っててくれ。ユキ、ちょっと出かけてくるからな。
先生、治療してってくださいよ。
情けない声を出すな。小さな傷だ。ロボットがちゃんと直してくれるよ。ああ、お前も来い。
先生。
留守を頼むぞ。帰りはちょっと遅くなりそうじゃ。
He's going to go meet up with the ship. And Yuki understands that. There we go.
先生がどこへ行こうとされているか、もう分かっています。
ユキ、君は残りなさい。
嫌です。
君はこの前の旅で立派すぎるほどの仕事をした。今度は地球へ残って、いいお嫁さんになる準備でもしておく。
How? How if Kodai is leaving?
私を仲間外れにしないでください。
Also, I hope again it's not foreshadowing towards the movie ending. I also just suspected the doctor already would have been on board the ship.
総員発進準備。総員発進準備。
古代、島が来ないな。
勝手にしろ、あの石頭め。
I mean, he was the one that was the expert at navigating. I think you really do kind of need him.
今必要なのは時間じゃない、人材だよ。一人でもベテランが欲しい。船を動かすのは人間だぞ。
しかし、
補助エンジン動力接続。
補助エンジン動力接続。
艦長代理、本部から回答を求めてきています。どうしますか？
答えはノーだ。そう伝えておけ。
了解。返信打電。ヤマトから地球
I also can't remember where Shima came aboard during the movie.
以上。
I think it was after they took off, like he boarded on a ship or something, didn't he?
参謀、まだ発進には時間
Or
が
no, it was last minute before they took off.
を続けたまえ。
それより長官、彼らに発信は不可能であることを教えるべきです。ゲートを閉鎖せよ。ゲートを閉鎖。
It's a space battleship. I think they can blow their way through that door.
ゲートが閉まったぞ。いよいよ本格的な発進阻止に出てきたな。構わん。発進準備を進めろ。それにしても島は。
I mean, unless the doctor's going somewhere very specific to get picked up, in which case Shima can meet wherever the doctor's at, which is here, apparently.
午前7時出航の予定だそうじゃ。もう時間がないぞ。
でも先生、このまま出発するにはあまりにも未知の部分が多すぎるような気がして。あのメッセージの内容もまだ完全に解明されてはいません。それに周囲の反対を説得してから。
島、わしは行くつもりじゃよ。何もかも分かってからでは手遅れになることもある。しかもヤマトは謎の敵に攻撃を受け取るんだ。宇宙で何かが起こっていると。
Well, its fleet has been.
防衛会議の決定に背いていけば、多くの乗組員たちに規律違反を犯させることになります。それでいいんですか?
Yeah, I guess in this version he didn't actually give them the option to leave if they wanted to. Although they boarded the ship of their own will, so I assume they knew then.
海の男は海が住みいいだけじゃよ。宇宙という名の海がな。
Again, unless they really veer off from the movie, Shima's definitely getting here.
乗り込み完了しました。
デタラメを言うな、ポンコツ。俺が操縦しなくちゃならないのは一体どういうわけなんだ?
Also, if Analyzer's here, the doctor should be here.
タラップを上げろ。
The doctor left the hospital place, and Analyzer was still there. And compared to all the machinery at the dock, the Yamato does look like a toy. It's that crew of Marines or whatever they were don't show up here. Because they boarded at this point during the movie.
シリンダー内圧力 50%。
艦長代理、長官から緊急通信です。
古代、どうしても行くつもりか。
はい、長官。
君たちはそこを出た時から反逆者として追跡されるだろう。かつての栄光を担った君たちを思うと残念でならない。
I guess I'm surprised. I thought he was going to support them like he did in the movie. Because he is the former head of the Earth Defense Force. I didn't realize that he wasn't named in the first season. That we only got the name now in the second season. Alright. Then again, he never told them implicitly that he was supporting them leaving in the movie. I think he expressed that after the fact. There we go. Like I said, last minute.
前では水中での安定は保てないだろう。
Again, the fact the analyzer's here means that the doctor and Yuki must be here too. And then he was with them, so...
前進 0.6。
微速前進 0.6。
Yeah, I guess that's one way through too.
Point 00X の5、速度27ノット。
マグネットミサイル発射。
参謀、新艦を抜いておくように言え。
長官、そんな生ぬるいことでヤマトが思いとどまるとお思いですか。
ヤマトを海底で捕捉できれば、それで目的は達することができるはずだ。
Yeah, I guess it doesn't make any sense to ruin a ship that is actually working for your benefit, even if you don't want it to. Might as well leave it as a resource. It's available to you.
マグネットミサイルです。何？爆破するつもりか。やむを得ない。魚雷発射用意。魚雷発射用意。マグネットミサイルに命中。マグネットミサイル着弾。また着弾しました。
Surprised they're even doing enough damage to shake the ship.
マグネットミサイルが不発。あの精巧なミサイルがそんなはずが。おそらく長官の。
波動エンジンシリンダーへの閉鎖弁オープン。波動エンジン始動5分前。波動エンジン内圧力上昇。エネルギー充填 90%。
When they fire the gun, or are they talking about the wave motion engine itself? So you don't want to wave motion jump in underwater. Pretty sure that would destroy the ship, from what I recall they said about how it works.
波動エンジン内エネルギー充填 120%。 フライホイール始動。
波動エンジン点火10秒前。
And there's the scene from the opening.
フライホイール接続点火。
ヤマト発進。
So I just don't have much to say about the thing that I've seen every opening so far. Yes, I know it's only been 4 openings, but you know, again, it would have been more impactful had we only seen it for the first time.
大気圏内航行記憶展開。
I wonder what happened to the rest of its fleet, though. Did that fleet join the Andromeda? Oh, that was just stupidity on that one's own part.
もう上場酌量の余地はなくなった。参謀、我々の温情はもう彼らには通じません。この後に及んでは地球防衛軍の
Okay, that's this guy. This guy is up to no good. I guess he has set up the pilot to sort of ram the Yamato.
戦闘衛星とはかつてガミラスの地球上陸に備えて本土決戦用の武器として開発された無人の人工衛星である。ついにガミラスと戦うこともなく軌道を飛び続けていたその戦闘衛星に初めてエネルギ
this is
ー
new.
が入れられた。
I appreciate that they've got planetary defenses of some sort.
もう諦めたろう。
気を抜くな。俺
たちは命令を無視した反逆者なんだぞ。前方に未確認物体キャッチ。これは何だ？
How do you not know? You've been away for a year, maybe.
いよいよ本気で阻止する気になったな。
At least Sonda knows. It would make sense that he would know, even if Kodai doesn't. I guess it just shows how out of the loop they keep their military commanders.
ヤマトを撃ち落としてはならん。まだヤマトは大気圏内なのだ。地表に墜落したら大惨事になる。
そんなことを言われても長官。
Yeah, how about also the morale hit to everyone on Earth? That the savior ship was destroyed by yourselves. Oh, there's the heroic music.
一発威嚇射撃をお見舞いしてやれ。エネルギー接近。島。
Now there you go. There's Yamato's famous dodging.
主砲発射。目標戦闘衛星。
Well, here's hoping the Gamlos doesn't attack anytime soon. Or the Common Empire ships don't show up, considering we just blew up our own defense system.
戦闘衛星を破壊。
参謀、行かせてやれ。
長官、こういう暴挙を許したとあっては、その責任はすべて長官に。
構わん。行かせてやれ。
近世エネルギー集積基地のアンドロメダへ出撃を指令せよ。
参謀。
You know, for just being an advisor, this asshole is just like disobeying orders left and right. Why don't we just like... I can't arrest this guy, seems weird, but... This guy needs to be removed from control, because he's not listening to orders. Worse than the Yamato people.
ナスカに十分監視させるように。わかりました。ゲーニッツ司令。ですら相当に知らせたらさぞ狂気するであろう。
いつまでもおもちゃ遊びの好きなですら相当。
さあべら控えていろ。ゲーニッツ、我々の進行にいささかの変更もあってはならん。
It still takes me a moment every so often to remember that the Common Empire people are green and the Gambless people are blue. Especially since the very beginning of the show, some of the Gambless people were just Yamato people colored.
今時は来た。ヤマトは再び旅立ちの時を迎えたのである。たとえその旅立ちが祝福されざるものであったとしても、信じる者のためにヤマトは行くのだ。 時に西暦2201年11月4日のこと。
Okay, maybe I gotta start doing the calendar thing again. They're giving us dates. I don't know why they're important, but if they're worth keeping track of, I guess it's gotta keep track of them. Especially before we get too far in and I just don't have any dates written down. See Andromeda, Captain. Oh. So maybe we pull him out of the wreckage later because we caused the wreckage. I still feel like either I missed something in the movie or they just didn't explain what happened to his fleet. I mean, I'm assuming the Combat Empire destroyed it. But I just feel like they went there and there was a ruined fleet. It also just seems entirely not possible that he's going to become the acting captain of the Yamato like he did in the movie. He's too much of an antagonist at this point, so I keep pausing to see if there's going to be any editor's notes in the outro, and they just don't seem to do that anymore. Yeah. I don't know. I also feel like when we left the moon in the movie, we get some of our, sorry, I forgot what I call our fighter craft in the show. we got some of our fighter crew back. We didn't get the Marines this time, which tells me that they're probably not going to be friendly. Like, they're going to probably take the ship, in which case, more fight. I also don't know that they know where Teresa is, because they weren't able to pinpoint the location yet, unless I'm forgetting something from the last couple of episodes. Even then, again, it's going to be a matter of figuring out where it is, in which case we might have a whole nother year-long journey, which would be insane to me for that to be the plan now. Overall, I enjoyed this episode, but I gotta say the movie did it better, mostly because I think the movie was more succinct with it. This was like a whole leaving thing, and they didn't even cover the good bits. The movie did. Again, from my element, I liked that Toto secretly wished them along well, because he still had faith in the Yamato, and he just kind of let the the advisor, just like walk all over him this time around. But other than that, this was kind of like long and drawn out. This didn't need to be the totality of the episode. This could have been half the episode, even a third of the episode, and we could have done something else. Like, I don't know what's coming up next, so I can't suggest whatever's next we put into this episode. I guess it would be the combat with the Andromeda. Depending on how long the combat with the Andromeda is, this could have just been a third of the episode. Either way, clearly they're also hiding the fact that the Doctor and Yuki got on board. Seems very obvious, again, that Analyzer's on board, so they must be, which probably means we're going to get that same scene with Kodai, like, who are you? What are you doing here? That sort of thing again. Some of the changes I appreciate. Some of the changes just make the show longer. I wish that they had done the IKEA scene. That's never going to happen anymore. I do not hope that they still kill Yuki. I do not want to see that happen again. Other than that, I don't really have much to talk about here. It's an episode long of the launch, which didn't need to be an episode long. So, yeah, I guess that's going to be it. So, once again, I have been Theta. This has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?